Now, when we go to this issue of Ramoth Gilead, we have seen two kings that are brothers. The other one is Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, and Ahab, the king of Israel. They are coming to celebrate their friendship, which had come through a marriage, because they had married, their children had married. And these were rich kings, very prosperous kings. And the king of Israel, who was called Ahab, he just had a desire to be more richer. And he wanted to go and fight Ramoth Gilead. And the other king said, no, I can help you, you are my brother. But let's inquire from the Lord, not from a prophet, but from the Lord. Though God speaks with a prophet, you can go and inquire from a prophet, and he will tell you his own mind, not God. The man of this king of Judah wanted a voice from God about direction. Let's all say direction. Yeah, tell someone, say, don't just go into things without consulting for prophetic direction. Because today I'm going to give prophetic direction to people. Hallelujah. Prophetic direction to many people. 400 prophets were called. They sat on a throne and they started prophesying that, King, go, prosper, go, you will win this battle. You will win, go. This is what God is saying. There were 400 prophets. And even there is another one called Zedekiah, the son of Chanana. He was a prophet in Israel. He even had also created some 2 horns, and he even brought them, and he said, like these horns, go, you shall go your enemy, you shall have victory. And then after they prophesied, all of them 400, then Jehoshaphat coming from, because Jehoshaphat was a serious man of God. This one was mature. He knew the spiritual things. He knew about the prophetic. If you read about Jehoshaphat, he is the king who brought reformation in Israel, and he removed all high places, and he cleansed the whole nation, because he understood how men of God and the spiritual things operate. So he said he listened to all the prophets as they were prophesying. These are not false prophets. And he said, is there no prophet in this nation? Is there not still a prophet of the Lord here, that we may inquire of him? Then the king said, I have one here called Micaiah. I hate him so much. He does not prophesy good things. Say, Lord, help me. Somebody lift your hand, say, Lord, help me. Lift your hand, say, Lord, help me. Say, Lord, help me. He said, he does not speak good things. I hate him so much. And the king said, let him be called. And Micaiah, a messenger was sent to call him, Micaiah. When he was meeting that officer, he said, please, when we go there, prophesy the same prophecy that we have given the king, that he goes and fight. Speak encouragement. And he told that man that I will speak only what God has told me to speak, nothing more, nothing less. And when he arrived, he also saw these 400 prophets, and he prophesied and said, no, king, you can go to war. He knew the prophet when this man was prophesying. So he noticed that he is not saying what God told him. Why? Now look at me very well. Because Micaiah was the spiritual father of Ahab. He was Ahab's prophet. So he knew, but he didn't want to submit under his prophet. He would first consult other prophets and then want to go to his prophet, and the prophet would always rebuke him. So he hated him, he didn't like his prophet. So you can see there are 401 prophets in the nation, but him he called the 400, he didn't call this one. You get me? There is something I want to teach you. They were not false prophets. They prophesied. When Micaiah was asked by the king, how many times have I always told you to tell me the truth? Let's also say the truth. Micaiah said to him, I see the throne of Israel empty, no master. They are like sheep without a shepherd. Don't go and fight. Return home in peace. Listen. If you go back and understand about Micaiah, you will see he was the prophet that God had given for Jehoshaphat. Who is the prophet that God has given for your life? Him he called 400 prophets. Brethren, now let me ask you a question. How will you survive with the 400 people prophesying to you? 400. Can't you see it will bring confusion in your life? 400 prophets prophesying to you. Do you think you will live a normal life? Being tossed from number 1 up to 400 and from 400 up to 1. And they are speaking in your life. Even if you have books, where will you write them? Doing a service of prophecy only. 400 of them coming, just prophesying to you. The king noticed that there is another prophet, because he checked the way they were prophesying, that there is one who is missing. He was a king, but he noticed there is a way, a prophet who is because Jehoshaphat, back home in Judah, he had his own prophet. And his prophet was Isaiah. So he knew what his prophet does. So he noticed that these ones are hired ones, these ones. There is one who must come, because that one, his voice is of love and truth. Is there no, he's saying, is there not still a prophet of the Lord here? And he had been sidelined because he was speaking things that the king didn't like. So not every time you will be told what you like. Sometimes you'll be told the things that will pain you. Don't hate that prophet. And God had told him that Micaiah is the one whom you must consult. But him he didn't want. And Micaiah told him, the vision that I saw, God is seated on the throne with a host on the left and on the right. And I heard a voice which said, how can we persuade this king so that he may go to battle? And the Spirit of God came and said, don't worry, I have a solution. I will go and persuade him. And God asked, he is watching this vision before he was called to this meeting where there are 400 prophets. He is seeing this vision. And he said, God told him. He heard it, he saw the vision. And that angel, that spirit said, I will go and convince. I will go and convince him by becoming a lying spirit in his prophets that he has chosen for himself. And God is giving, now hear me very well, a proper prophecy through this man's prophet. Yet at the throne in the palace there are some prophets that are telling him other things that are not actually correct. It was because of the lying spirit. So it is a spirit of God that entered into those 400 prophets to speak that to him. Hear me very well. There will always be one man with your true prophecy. Listen to me, my children. I said there will always be one man with your true prophecy. Hear me, look at me. Hear me, hear me, hear me. Even if other people prophesy into your life, don't be quick to believe their prophecy before you hear the prophet's voice. Before you hear your prophet's voice concerning what they told. Someone can pick you in the street, can pick you in a conference, somewhere where you have gone and visited. Do not be quick to believe what they say before your father confirms that. Because they might have been entered by lying spirits to destroy your life. Are you getting what I'm teaching? Don't quickly go to fight in Ramoth Gilead before bringing your Micaiah, the son of Imlah, to come. We want also to hear. That's what Joseph. Before we go, I will support you. But let this prophet come. Because he is your prophet. And if he says go, then I will help you. So Micaiah saw this vision and the lying spirit went in. He said, I will put lying spirit, I will enter as a lying spirit in these prophets and make them to lie. And persuade him so that he goes, so that he may die in the battle. But now, there are 400 prophets and one prophet. The king did not believe his prophet. Why? Because there were 400 that he had confirmed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 400. All of them, one by one, they had confirmed. Now, my child, if I then come to you and speak to you my prophecy that God has given me, and 400 have spoken to me, who will you believe, 400 or one? That is the danger of just having many people prophesying in your life. Because when your father now speaks the truth, and yet you have 400 that spoke, you will start to think your father is a false prophet. 400, including Zedekiah, the son of Chenana, he is even mentioned. Because he was a huge man in stature of prophecy. He even slept Micaiah. Because in rank, he was known as a big prophet than Micaiah. Micaiah was not known like Zedekiah. Zedekiah, the son of Chenana, was a big prophet. Now, if a big prophet from another church gives you a prophecy, maybe with a bigger church than me, and then me, I come, won't you also slap me? That Zedekiah spoke. He even brought horns and he encouraged the king and said, I have created even horns, I have manufactured them. Go, you will go. Achito demonstrate so uchatunga and you destroy the Syrians, and I see them dying. But the one that was connected to the life of Ahab, not Jehoshaphat, came with the truth. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.